is Friday, March 22nd. How's your day going? Mine was going pretty good until I checked the basketball brackets, and the one I filled out is completely blown now. I mean, I'm no expert on basketball, but I do like watching it, and some of the teams I thought would win didn't, and some of the teams I thought would lose didn't. So I'm glad I don't do this for a living. You know the saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Uh, I kind of feel like that. Not just for my weight loss. I kind of feel like it for my whole life right now. That things have been pretty tough, and what am I going to do about it? I have been making a conscious effort again to really stay on plan, to really focus on what I'm eating, and I've gone back to consistently weighing and measuring everything. I saw a drop on the scale today. So my weight today is almost down to what it was last week when I weighed in. So my disaster that I had last weekend is finally almost gone. And I just did, after I got on that scale the other day, and I thought, no, I can't do this again. And I was looking back through my calendar just before I started recording this from last year. And I had been in Idaho in January and February and went home beginning of March. And because this was when my son was still alive, and I was living in his condo in Northwest Ohio with two of my other sons. And it was an area where I could get out and I could walk, and the weather was turning nice, and I was walking every day. So I was doing pretty good. And then I decided to take a trip to Oklahoma beginning of April with my youngest son. And while I was in Oklahoma was when my son in Chicago committed suicide. And I flew back home immediately because there was a mess trying to get him back to Chicago, back from Chicago to Ohio, and just a lot of details. And I was suffering from so much stress at the time, because mind you, it was just 5 months after my husband died, that one morning I fell. Well, not really fell, I passed out in my bathroom and I hit my head. And as a result of that, I had a severe case of vertigo. And it lasted for months. I was suffering from it when we had my son's funeral, and it got really bad actually in May, and that was the time when, we were told we had to get out of the apartment because, my son that passed away, it was in his name, so we had to move rather suddenly. So I was trying to deal with all that, but the vertigo kept me from my walking routine, which contributed to me gaining weight. And so last year at this time was really when I started putting pounds back on. I had lost, 60 some pounds. And by the time I got back out here last June, I had put on almost 20 pounds. And I was doing pretty good while I was out here in the summer because, again, it was warm enough where I could walk. And it's a beautiful day out, but it's pretty chilly out today. So I haven't been outside yet other than to take the dogs out. But I'm not sure that I will go out today. I've been doing some stuff inside the house. But anyway, I had started to gain weight. And then by the time I went back home in October, my weight was up again 20 pounds. So while I was back in Ohio last fall, I decided, no, I'm not going to do that because I remember how I felt when I weighed 277.8 pounds, and I remember how I looked, and I don't want to be there again. So I've been making a conscious effort. Just a minute. Oh, sorry about that. You can tell that the weather is getting nice because the dogs bark at everybody that goes by the house, They're good watchdogs, apparently. So, anyway, as I was saying, I'm making a very conscious effort now to really stay on plan and get down to goal. Finally, if I don't do it this year, which ultimately would be my ultimate goal, but shortly after the first of the year, um, and I have slip ups. So I've been trying to think, why do I sabotage myself, especially after last weekend, and I had that big thing of really high fat, high carb mac and cheese when I knew I shouldn't have had it, and I really didn't need to have it. I just thought I was hungry, and so that's why I had it. And I gained 3 pounds, because my body is not used to that kind of food anymore. Um, so I started thinking today, my mom always said when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So I'm going to try to keep that mindset that no, yeah, weight loss is hard. Being fat is hard. Being unhealthy is hard. So what's my hard? What hard am I going to choose? I think I'd rather do the hard work and trying to lose weight and maintaining a healthy body and healthy appearance, um, than have all kinds of weight associated problems. I've been really fortunate that I don't. I have high blood pressure. I've had high blood pressure, at least it was diagnosed when I was pregnant with my fourth child. And matter of fact, something I let him know all the time that, you gave me high blood pressure and it hasn't come down since. Got really bad when I was pregnant with my fifth child. Matter of fact, to the point where um, they were going to take him early because my pressure had gotten so high, and the doctor wasn't liking the way things were looking. So I told the doctor, I remember that appointment, I said, he's coming anyway, so you don't have to worry about it. But he put me in the hospital. He was going to induce me. And before he could induce me, I went into labor. So he was born early, thank goodness, because I really didn't want to be induced. But anyway, that's for another story. Anyhow, I don't want to have weight associated problems. I have friends that have knee problems, back problems, and diabetes and all kinds of things that is associated to being overweight. I don't want to deal with that. Having been a caregiver for so long, when my husband was sick, I don't want to put anybody in that position to have to, take care of me like that. I want to stay independent as long as I possibly can. And the only way I'm going to do that is if I become healthy again. I'm getting there. I will tell you that my blood pressure has come down. Not to the point where I'm completely off meds, but to the point where they've reduced some of my medication. So that's good. I mean, hopefully by the time I get to goal, I'm going to be on a limited amount of blood pressure medicine again. But, that's my goal. So anyway, I've had a good day so far. I haven't had dinner yet. I've had breakfast and lunch. And I'm going to insert those videos right now. This morning for breakfast, I was going to have an omelet. It turned out to be an egg scramble because my vegetables, I think, were too thick. So didn't do exactly what I wanted to do, but it's still good. I have 1 egg and 2 egg whites that is 0 points that I just put in with some sauteed vegetables. I did saute the vegetables in 6 grams of butter. So that's 2 points for the butter. And then I have 246 grams of a fresh apple, which is 0 points. In my eggs, I also have a slice of the Velveeta 35 calorie cheese. So that's 1 point. So that's 3 points on this plate altogether. And it's a lot of food. And then I have a cup of coffee here, which has my 2 tablespoons of half and half fat-free in it. And I'll have 2 of those, so that'll be 2 points altogether. So breakfast today is 5 points. See you later. This is my lunch today. I have 30 grams of the Good Thins corn and sea salt crackers. That's 3 points. I have half a cup of fat-free cottage cheese. That's 2 points. And I have 1 point. Where is it? 2 points. Must be 2 points because I have 6 points altogether. 2 points in the 2 ounces of the Oscar Mayer Deli oven roasted turkey meat. And 246 grams of an orange. The orange is 0 points. For lunch today, I have 6 points altogether. I had 5 for breakfast, so I'm sitting at 11 points today. So I'll be back with dinner. Okay, and for dinner, I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't decided what I'm going to have. We have leftover chicken from last night that I'm going to let my daughter have. And I was thinking I just might have eggs again for dinner because, I don't mind them. And sometimes I like breakfast for dinner. So, or the other thing I'm thinking about maybe trying is just some nachos. And I have those Good Thins crackers, the corn and sea salt crackers that I showed you in my lunch video. And I was thinking while I was eating those that, because they taste like Doritos, I think, or tortilla chips. I'm thinking about maybe I do have some reduced fat cheese, trying to melt on top of those corn chips to see what they taste like. With, some salsa. Could be a nice dinner. I'm not really hungry. I'm working on my second glass of water, so I already had 42 ounces. I'm working on another 42 ounces here. And I have some more of my mini cherry cupcakes that I showed you yesterday that I could have for a nice dessert if I wanted it. But like I said, I'm not really hungry right now. It's, I don't even know what time it is here right now. Oh, it's 4:30, so I've got about another hour before I think about dinner. Emily's working on campus today. She said she'd be home late, so I'm not going to worry about cooking for her. And that's it. But I'm bound and determined that I'm going to stay at this. I'm not going to give up, even though I had a little setback this week. I'm not giving up. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to keep my eyes on the prize. I've been working on a vision board that I've talked about before that eventually I will show you. And, no, the cat wants my water. So, I'll show you eventually when I get that vision board done. I still have those size 10 jeans hanging in my room. That's the last thing I'm going to pack before I go home because every time I walk in, that's the first thing I see. I haven't tried them on lately. I know they don't fit, but usually about the first weigh in of the month is when I try them on. But for some reason, I didn't try them on last week when I weighed in for the beginning of March. Well, it'll be a couple weeks ago now. Gosh, March is really flying by. Can you believe that? It's getting toward the end of March already. I'm excited about spring and summer coming in many respects. In another, I'm not, because it just is bringing back some memories that weren't pleasant for me last year at this time of year. The last day that I physically saw my son was April 5th, and that's when I drove to Chicago to see him. And the last day I talked to him was April 9th, and he committed suicide on April 10th. So I know that those days are coming up. My daughter's going to be gone for a couple of those days. She's going to be back here by the 10th. She has to go to a conference in Washington, D.C., so she's going to be gone for about a week. I'm going to be here with the dogs. So I know that those are going to be trigger days, and I'm trying to prepare for them mentally and emotionally. I don't think there's any way to really do that, though, to be honest with you. I know that when the first anniversary of my husband's death rolled around, I didn't feel the need to go eat. I just felt the need to sit in a corner and be sad. So we'll see what happens when April rolls around. But like I said, I'm kind of really trying to prepare for that mentally. So, all right, I'm going to cut this one off right now. When I do my dinner, I'll come back in and show you what I had for dinner for the day. Right now I'm sitting at 11 points with breakfast and lunch. I had 5 for breakfast and 6 for lunch. So I'm in pretty good shape for the day. I probably am not going to get to 23 points today. I'm okay with that. I haven't added up my calories yet. Typically, I don't do that till the end of the day, but I might anyway this afternoon just to see where I'm sitting with the calories, because that sometimes determines what I have for dinner. So, okay, I will be back with dinner. I tried something for a snack here. I have a half an ounce of the Good Thins corn and sea salt chips, and a quarter cup of the reduced fat cheese, pepper jack cheese. So the corn chips are 2 points. The pepper jack is 3, so it's a 5-point snack. And I'm just gonna try it. And I may have melted the cheese a little bit too long. Let's see if it's comparable to nachos. So let's see. Oh, that's good. I think the next time I melted the cheese for a minute on this. I think next time I'll only melt it for like 30 seconds because it is sticking together, but it's good. Tastes just like nachos. I'll be back with dinner. For dinner tonight, I'm having leftovers from last night. I have 5.5 ounce chicken breast. It's not quite 5.5 ounces. And just some sauteed vegetables. And a cabbage steak. And this was all that was in just the refrigerator. I reheated it up. On top of the chicken, I just have a little bit of Frank's hot sauce. Everything on this plate is 0 points. So right now, I'm sitting at 16 points for the day. Okay, well, you've seen now what I've eaten so far today as far as breakfast, lunch, my snack, and dinner. I have had 16 points so far today. I am probably going to have 1 or 2 of my cherry vanilla mini cupcakes that I made last night. They're 1 point each. So I've got plenty of room. Last night I had 5 of them. It was 5 points. And some whipped cream that was 0. So I may do that. Depends on if I want to get up over 20 points or not. If I do, it'll be later tonight. But pretty much that's it for the day. I haven't done a whole lot today. I've been on the computer still trying to find, secure an apartment back home. I think I might have found one. I put in an application yesterday, and I logged in today to see if there had been any activity on my account. And they do have a building and an apartment number assigned to me. So I don't know if that's just standard or if that means I've got a place. I'm going to give them a call early next week just to find out what's going on. And maybe, hopefully, I'll hear from them over the weekend. But I doubt it. In the meantime, I called my son because my son lives at the same apartment complex. And I said, can you just drive around and see where that building is and tell me what you think? So let's keep our fingers crossed. Maybe I'll have something and I can, start putting money down toward a deposit then. And I have, actually, when I leave here, when I leave Idaho to go back to Ohio, I'll actually have a place to go. That would be wonderful. So, yeah, that was my big news today. I'm feeling a little bit more encouraged. Even if I just have a place that I know that I'm able to go to when I get back, I think I'll feel a little bit more at ease. As far as the Weight Watchers plan today, I did very well. Like I said, I've had 16 points. The one thing I've been doing is I went back to, years ago in Weight Watchers. They used to not, before they started counting points or anything, they counted servings. Do any of you remember this? Where, you were supposed to have so many bread servings, so many fruits, so many vegetables a day. I kind of am mindful of that when I'm doing all this tracking. I limit myself to 2 fruits a day, just because I know the way my body works and the way it processes sugar, even natural sugar. I don't metabolize it as well. So I limit myself to 2 fruits, and I have 1 fruit with breakfast and 1 fruit at lunch usually, and then it's done for the day. On a very rare occasion, I might, have a banana at night or something for a snack to dip in some powdered peanut butter that I've reconstituted, but I normally don't. And as far as the bread servings, I usually limit myself to only 2 servings of bread a day, too. Don't ask me why, but there's no rhyme or reason to it. I just know that I lose weight better when I do that. And I'm trying to think if I even had bread today. I don't think I did. I don't think I ate carbohydrates at all today. So Saturday night seems to be a night that I can go off the rails, so I'm going to be real careful. We're going down to about 20 minutes south of here on Sunday for dinner to the cousin's house. I don't know what she's having. I'm going to try to find out before we go down there, just so I can kind of plan for that. But I'm thinking she's usually on a low carb diet, so it probably won't be anything real horrific, for me. So I'm going to try to get through this weekend. I know Sandy posted a video earlier today about, wanting to be good over the weekend. And I haven't watched your video yet, Sandy, but I'm going to as soon as I get this uploaded. I'm with you. I'm going to watch this weekend so that I can come out victorious. Like I said, I was down today on the scale, almost to what I weighed in last week. And then last weekend hit, and that one meal just set me back. And that's what my body does when I eat a lot of carbohydrates and fat that it's not used to. I have actually only had 1 fat today. So that's, I'm not really concerned about it. I had, 6 grams of butter earlier today, so that should be okay. I try to eat a couple fats at least a day, but I didn't today for some reason. But I'm full, I'm satisfied. I don't feel hungry. I have a huge plate of those little mini muffins out there that I have stayed away from all day long. My daughter took some of them to school with her today, and in her office, so she can share with her colleagues up there. But it's a nice little treat. It's a sweet treat that even though it's sugar-free stuff, it's still sweet enough that, it kills my sweet tooth. Although lately I think my dog has more of a sweet tooth than I do. But, so that would be my only treat tonight. Tomorrow I'm going to just stick to this program. I'm not going to go off the rails, and if she suggests that grub truck again, that macaroni and cheese, I'm going to say no. Nope, I've been paying for that all week long. So I'm going to not sabotage myself this weekend. Sandy, you and I are going to be accountability buddies. I'm not going to sabotage myself. And I don't want you to either. So that's it for me tonight. I really have nothing else to add other than I've been watching basketball off and on all day, and my entire bracket, except for my Midwest bracket, is completely blown to shreds right now. So we'll see. There's a couple more games yet to be played out tonight. My Midwest bracket, I'm batting 1,000 on that one, but the other 3 is a joke. At least for the first round. I still have a chance in the second round if any of you are watching March Madness. My son that lives in Oklahoma played college basketball. So basketball's in our blood. And that's why I watch it. And I enjoy watching it. And I keep looking at these kids on the court saying, oh, they look so young. Every year they get younger, don't they? So anyway, that's kind of what I've been doing today. I've been watching basketball, and I've been trying to get stuff packed up into boxes. Because I checked today, I'm leaving Idaho in 71 days. And that'll be here before I know it. So, okay, please like, subscribe, share this video. Hit the little notification bell so that you are notified when I upload a video. And don't forget to check out my new Facebook group. It's Sue Slims Down with WW, and ask to join it, and chances are I'll approve you. So I got a couple of requests today. Lainey over at Lainey's Life, pop over and watch her channel if you get a chance. She's where she's at. It's been pouring down rain apparently today, and we had a beautiful day here. I haven't been out much because I've been busy inside, but I can see back east where it's been nasty weather today. So I hope it's just the spring change. You know what they say? Spring rain brings the summer flowers. Yeah. Well, it's really April showers, but it's close to April, right? You know, when April showers may come your way, they bring the flowers that bloom in May. Right? Is that how it goes? I think it does. Okay. With that, I'm leaving. Okay, you guys have a great night. If you're weighing in tonight or tomorrow or anytime over the weekend, good luck. I'm looking forward to seeing all your updates and celebrating your successes with you. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.